Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Jacinda Lasser.
And I'm Olson Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Brought to you by the good people at TV15.
Where we bring the latest and most important stories on the island and beyond.
True and all of that. Please note that NEWSDESK will be off air for the holiday break and will resume regular broadcast on Monday, December 29th. From all of us here at NEWSDESK, we wish you a safe, peaceful, joyful, and phenomenal holiday season. That was the word she wanted to use. Phenomenal.
But first, let's see the top headlines. Successful multi-agency border control operations conducted. A multi-agency border control operation was carried out across Sint Maarten on Saturday, December 20th, aimed at strengthening security and enforcement during the holiday season. The 2-hour operation, held between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., was led by the Sint Maarten Police Force, KPSM, in collaboration with Customs, the Immigration Service, the Sint Maarten Volunteer Corps, known as VKS, Marines, and the Gendarmerie. Strategic checkpoints were set up at all 4 borders and key roadways. During the operation, 471 vehicles and 270 individuals were checked, along with 7 buses carrying 59 passengers. Authorities impounded 3 scooters, seized 2 vehicles, and arrested 4 individuals for immigration violation, with 3 later released after valid documents were presented. Police also made 1 arrest related to narcotics. KPSM said the operation was successful and confirmed that similar joint controls will continue throughout the Christmas and New Year's period to ensure public safety across the island.
Governor Bailey meets Youth Creative Vision Contest winners. His Excellency Ajamu G. Bailey met with the winner and finalists of the Youth Creative Vision Contest on Friday, December 19th, during an informal gathering at the cabinet of the governor in Harbor View. The contest was held in connection with the 2025 Governor's Symposium, themed 15 Years of Constitutional Autonomy, Achievements, Lessons, and Prospects, and invited students to share their vision for St. Maarten's future through essays, poems, videos, or songs. Joshua Alexander of Learning Unlimited Preparatory School earned first place for his essay titled Constitutional Autonomy. Terry-Ann Buckley of the St. Maarten Academy Vocational Business Campus earned second place with The Future of St. Maarten, while Aljanae Henry of the St. Maarten Academy placed third for her poem, St. Maarten's Awaited Journey. During the meeting, the students discussed their creative process, the importance of civic education, and greater inclusion of St. Maarten's history in schools. Governor Bailey encouraged them to remain engaged and continue contributing to the country's development, emphasizing the vital role youth play in shaping St. Maarten's future.
2 St. Maarten students among 2025 FCCA Foundation winners. 2 students from St. Maarten have earned regional honors in the 2025 FCCA Foundation Children's Essay and Posters competitions, bringing recognition to both their schools and the country. Kyra Balani, 12 years old, of St. Joseph School, placed second in the Junior Essay Division, while Evan Renier Amajays, 15 years old, of Milton Peters, won first place in the Senior Poster Division. The winners were announced on December 19th by the FCCA Foundation, which hosts the annual competitions for students across the Caribbean and Latin America. The initiative encourages creativity and academic excellence, while also providing financial support to schools. As part of the awards, first place winners received a laptop and $3,000 for their school, while second place winners received a touchscreen device and $1,500. All finalists also received recognition awards. The prizes will be officially presented during Sea Trade Cruise Global 2026, marking another proud moment for Sint Maarten's youth on the regional stage. Climate change is no longer a future concern. It's a present reality. But over the past few years, Sint Maarten has taken steps not only to acknowledge the risk, but to act. Today, we take a look at how policy and innovation are shaping our climate response. But first, here's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, Sint Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into the forecast and see how the skies are treating us. The Met Department of Sint Maarten is keeping a sharp eye on the Atlantic, ready to update you with the latest. So don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your
I tell him, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh.
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
Every moment shared across our island.
It's game time.
We're reminded this network was built by Sint Maarten for Sint Maarten.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Maarten?
All right, let's go. Go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
I am Karim Tulen, co-founder of Carib Assist Pro. Our goal is to help busy professionals, elderly, housewife, local, tourists, practically anybody that needs assistance in the day-to-day chores.
We have different services like groceries, do your shopping, and also run your errands. We can provide transportation services for all members of the family, whether it's you on commute or getting the kids to school. House activities and house services that include pet sitting. All of these let us take off your hands and let us make those reservations so you don't have to stress about having a good time.
So you can have less stress and more free time. Through our discretion, we make an impression.
VROMI cleared in second Cupecoy court case. No liability found. The Court of First Instance of Sint Maarten has ruled in favor of the Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, known as VROMI, dismissing all claims brought by residents of Jordan Road number 12 in Cupecoy regarding the West View construction project. In its decision, the court confirmed that VROMI acted lawfully and correctly in issuing both the building permit and civil works permits for the project. The judge found that all permits were granted following proper administrative procedures, including technical assessments, expert input, and opportunities for public participation. The court also ruled that the residents' attempt to challenge the permits through civil proceedings was improper, noting that administrative law procedures are the correct legal avenue for such disputes. As a result, the plaintiffs were declared inadmissible on claims related to alleged safety risks. Importantly, the court determined that the access road dispute cited by the residents is a private contractual matter stemming from a settlement agreement with the developer, NLGY Development. The ruling made clear that VROMI has no authority to intervene or impose a construction stop over private disputes between neighbors. The judge further rejected claims of inadequate geotechnical investigation, noting that a full engineering study had been completed prior to permit approval and that VROMI's technical review was sound. Minister of VROMI, the Honorable Patrice Gums, welcomed the ruling, stating that it confirms VROMI followed all required procedures and acted within the law.
SHTA gives a sneak preview of 2026 events calendar. The Sint Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association, known as SHTA, has presented a sneak preview of its 2026 events calendar to Amstel Bright by Divico Distributors, ahead of the official launch scheduled for January 15th, 2026. Now in its 10th edition, the calendar highlights St. Maarten major cultural events and holidays and is widely used both locally and internationally as a destination showcase. Early distribution has already begun to ensure timely availability before the new year. This year calendar features the National Institute of Arts, known as NIA, as its cultural icon, with artwork created by NIA artists and a special print run for students and teachers. SHTA thanked Amstel Bright by Divico as a main sponsor, along with several local partners for supporting the island's vibrant cultural calendar.
Teen Times Put a Smile on the Face of a Child drive breaks record. The youth organization Teen Time celebrated a major success following its 4th annual Christmas toy and school supplies drive, held on December 19th and 20th at Super City. Over the 2-day effort, Teen Times collected more than 800 toys and school supplies, setting a new record for the initiative and bringing holiday cheer to children and families in need. Teen Times coordinator Rochaline VROMI Richardson said, "The drive focuses on supporting families who may struggle during the holidays, especially when school supplies run low." The teen volunteers invited shoppers to donate items as they enter the store, with strong community support throughout the weekend. Beyond helping families, the initiative also provides valuable life lessons for Teen Times members, teaching empathy, responsibility, and the importance of giving back. All donated items will now be wrapped and presented to the Leaders for Change Foundation, which will distribute them to children across the community. Teen Times also expressed heartfelt thanks to Super City and the public for helping, once again, put a smile on the face of a child. From a unanimous declaration in Parliament to locally developed green technology, climate action on St. Maarten is happening at multiple levels. Our featured story is next, right after the break. Yeah.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Maarten is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights give us power, our responsibilities make us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Hi, my name is Mark Johnston from the Jewel Cottage and the Cottage Club Hotel and Sailor. I use Card Assist in Sint Maarten for all my shopping needs, and they provide me great service and they deliver everything in perfect condition and on time.
Today on our NEWSDESK feature story, we take a deeper look at the issues shaping life, policy, and progress across our island and the region. Our feature asks a guiding question. It breaks down the complexities behind major decisions, community concerns, and long-term developments that affect our environment, our economy, and the way we live. Our feature explores not only what is happening, but why it matters and what it could mean for Sint Maarten's future.
Climate change is no longer an abstract conversation for small island nations like Sint Maarten. Rising temperatures, stronger storms, drought, flooding, and sea level rise are already shaping daily life. In recent years, however, the island has moved beyond simply acknowledging the problem toward intentional climate action driven by both public policy and private innovation. One of the clearest signals of that shift came when Parliament of Sint Maarten unanimously adopted a climate action declaration. That moment was more than symbolic. It represented a rare point of national consensus. Recognition that climate change poses an existential threat to the island's people, economy, and environment, and that action is no longer optional. The declaration committed Sint Maarten to aligning with international climate goals, strengthening climate adaptation, reducing emissions where possible, and integrating climate resilience into national planning. It also acknowledged the island's unique vulnerability as a small, low-lying territory heavily dependent on tourism, imported energy, and fragile ecosystems. But declarations alone do not lower temperatures or stabilize coastlines. What gives that parliamentary decision real weight is what followed, and what has been happening alongside it. In the private sector, local innovators have been quietly translating climate concern into practical solutions. One notable example is the work of Claude Javois, whose Greenworks Microsystems project represents a homegrown approach to sustainability. The Greenworks project focuses on small-scale, decentralized green energy systems designed specifically for island conditions. Instead of relying solely on large centralized infrastructure, these microsystems emphasize efficiency, resilience, and adaptability. They offer solutions that can reduce dependence on fossil fuels, lower energy costs, and keep critical systems running even when centralized power grids fail. This kind of innovation matters. Climate resilience on islands isn't just about cutting emissions. It's about survival during disruption. After hurricanes, droughts, or grid failures, decentralized energy and water solutions can mean the difference between prolonged hardship and rapid recovery. Together, these public and private efforts show a broader pattern emerging on Sint Maarten. Climate action is no longer confined to environmental groups or international conferences. It is entering parliament, influencing policy frameworks, and being built into tangible systems by local entrepreneurs who understand island realities firsthand. What's also important is timing. These initiatives did not appear overnight. They grew out of years of experience with storms like Irma, rising energy costs, water scarcity, and climate uncertainty. The lesson learned, sometimes painfully, is that waiting is far more expensive than preparing. Sint Maarten's climate journey is still unfolding. Challenges remain: financing, implementation, enforcement, and ensuring that climate solutions are accessible to ordinary households and small businesses. But the foundation is being laid through consensus in governance and creativity in innovation. Climate action, after all, is not one decision or one invention. It is a process, and for Sint Maarten, that process is increasingly defined by a simple but powerful idea: we cannot control the global climate, but we can control how ready we are for the one that comes next. And in that readiness, the island is beginning to show what leadership, both public and private, can look like.
And that brings us to the end of today's NEWSDESK feature story. Thank you for joining us as we look beyond the immediate story and think about the broader implications for our island. Whether the answers are clear or still evolving, the goal is to spark informed conversation and deepen understanding. This has been our featured story. All the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV15 and then across all social media platforms. I, Alston Lawrence.
And I'm Jessica Lassa, wishing you an amazing evening. See you soon.
Stay friendly. Sint Maarten.